Hello, everybody. This is Guard, and I'm gonna go ahead and start my what is this, the 17th draft, I think, for my free-to-play run. Okay, well this pick's pretty easy. Sorry, man. Obviously, the by far best card in the pack. The next best pick is probably like Bulwark Battalion, Automaton Prime, then War Machine, Cultivate, Cinderfist Brawler. Cinderfist Brawler is definitely the worst. It's so weird that like I seem to always be in Necrium Utera or Necrium or Utera because those cards are just the best. They have the best heroics. It's I wish they'd balance the heroics a little more. Like give Aloyan Battle Tactician or Tempest Aranti Warlord or something like that. Those are really good cards. They just don't have them. Okay, so what was the last draft I did? I think it was Aspirian, right? I did that Big Bad Bartok deck, and it ended up being Aloyan. So I could take Etherwolves because it's the best card and in the best faction, or I could take Brood Horror to keep on going into wow, I'm blanking Necrium, and then just eventually draft Tempest or Aloyan cards to work with my Sorrow Maiden. But I don't really need things to work with Sorrow Maiden, even though like Aloyan's pretty nice with Sorrow Maiden, and I really enjoy drafting Anixium over Dejin. But I think it's just going to be better for me if I just draft Utera. I think the free-to-play deck or the constructed deck I'm working on is going to be Utera Tempest. So if I can, I want to be drafting the Utera so I can get access to those cards. Easiest pick here is Zombie Titan. It's just big. Restless Wanderers is garbage. Targent Pack doesn't scale at all, which is embarrassing. And Whispers of Dentress is okay. Pretty situational, but it's okay. I'm going to take Other Wolves again. It's been a while since I played with this card, but it's very strong early game spell. Lets you dominate a board pretty early. And take out Rot Fiend. Okay, the best card by far in this pack, especially with two Etherwolves, is Harbinger of Spring. But there's also Heroics in the pack. The thing is, like, if I really want the silver, it's going to be better for me to take the Cultivate or the Lightbringer Council or the Progeny. Like, either of those cards is just pure silver, but I actually think Harbinger of Spring goes a very long way to winning me the draft. So I'm going to break my rule here. I'm going to break my rule. My rule so far, the other 16 drafts I've done, has been ignore how playable your deck is and just pick all the heroics, which is by far #1 way to get silver. But with two Etherwolves and a Sorrow Maiden, taking the Harbinger of Spring is so good here. So I'm going to ignore my rule and just pick to win the draft. Now I'm like staking my claim on this 7 wins. So we'll see how far I can go. So I think it's between Organ Harvester and Cavern Serpent. Harvester being an okay card, really slow and level gated, which is kind of awkward. Cavern Serpent does kill you though, which is nice. So I'll take Cavern Serpent. And then okay, now I'll follow my rule and I'll take Sigmund Fraud. Just because the second Cavern Serpent or an Umbragelan Mantis is not that great. Sigmund Fraud is at least, a heroic I can craft. I think I already have 3 of them too. So it's pure silver. Don't need Cold Week, I have Sorrow Maiden. I'll just take Sharklaw Crusher. I think it's better than Felstrider. Then I'll follow up with Brood Horror or Zithian Hulk. Brood Horror does pump my creatures, which is nice. I'll try the Brood Horror. Zithian Hulk's just an average creature. All these cards suck. Like, actually all of them are pretty bad. So I'll just take the heroic. Plunder Imp, I think, is the best card here. Group Meal actually could be really strong in my deck with the 2 Etherwolves plus the Sorrow Maiden. It actually is probably the pick. Almost guaranteed, but I really like Plunder Imp. It's so big at rank 1, and it scales pretty well. It's got a really good effect as well. The only bad thing about Group Meal is why I don't like picking it here is because it's a lot more situational. You don't always want to play it every time you draw it, right? Because it depends on what they have, how they're blocking, what your creature's power are, how many creatures you have in play, that sort of thing. Plunder Imp's just always a solid creature, which is why I like it and why I'm going to pick it here. And then I can follow up with the Group Meal, which is pretty nice. If the Group Meal wasn't here and it was some bad card, I would take the Vyrix Embrace. And then, I guess Whispers of Dentress. I have the Other Wolves, which make a lot of cards. Metamorphosis is a removal spell and a heroic, so I'll take it. Not a great removal spell, but a decent one. Okay, I take my 3rd Sigmund Fraud, which is actually not that good. This card is not fantastic by any stretch of the imagination. But I mean, it's a heroic, and I don't think these other cards are on the level of Harbinger of Spring. Like the other wolves is fine. I don't think I want 3 of them without any Spring Dryads though. And otherwise, I'd be taking Abyssal Brute here. And Abyssal Brute is, while a very good card, I think I'd rather have the 5,000 silver. And then I'll take up the Grove Matriarch, very strong card, works with my Harbinger of Spring. And then I'll wait for Soulforge to load, the next pack. Okay, so now we've got Phytobomb versus Halazith. Phytobomb being a heroic and Halazith being an okay card. I'll take the heroic. I think I already have 3 Phytobombs as well, so that's another 5,000 silver we're just putting in the bank. I could take the second group meal, but I probably need the Sharkball Crusher just to have a good creature in my deck. I don't actually have that many good creatures. I'll take Spiritual Druid just because it's better than Plunderium. Evan Skull Knight's a good card. Very good card. And a heroic to boot. I even have... I think this is my 3rd one. Stinging Invocation. Okay. Excellent card. And it works very well with, you know, the one Harbinger I have. It'd be nice to get like a Spring Dryad, but at this late in the draft, it'd be like a gift. I don't really expect it to happen. None of these cards are that good. I'll probably take the Umbragelan Mantis just so I have a 6-power creature. So, do I have anything that works with Vigor Wisp? I have no Pump Spells, right? I have Whispers of Dendris, and that's kind of it. This card's not really worth it if you don't have the Whispers or Torgmine Mender. At the same time, it scales a lot better than Umbragelan Mantis, though the 6 power is probably more important than the scaling, to be quite honest. I could take the Dryad's Boon here, but what am I putting it on? I don't have anything like super solid to put it on. The best thing to put it on is probably Zombie Titan. I'll just take the Darkheart Wanderer. And then Cold Week, I guess? How many spells do I have? I've got the Sting Invocation, the Metamorphosis, the Whispers, the Group Meal. No Twin Strengths, no nothing like that. So nothing I really want to use on Darkheart Wanderer. I'll take the Cold Week. Having another spell is going to be pretty nice. Dryad's Boon on the Darkheart Wanderer is actually really good. That's kind of a loose combo since it's the only card I have that works with it. I think I'd much rather take the Zombie Titan or the Raleigh Symbiote. On one hand, Raleigh Symbiote's much weaker as an underdrop. It's only got 5 power. It goes into 10 and 15. It has a ton of regen, way more than Zombie Titan. But it's also, you have to play it in front of something to get value out of it. Zombie Titan, you can only play in a side lane, but it's pretty big. 6/6, 10/10, 16/16. 6/6 with level 1 being the deciding factor, I think. I don't have many 6-power creatures at rank 1, so I think I'm going to take the Zombie Titan, even if it's side lane gated. I have to play in the side lane. There's the Spring Dryad. Super nice. Really, really good pick. Makes my deck way better. And a Grove Matriarch, nice. Usually at the last 5 picks, I just expect to get all trash. So I could take Halazith to close out games, which is actually pretty useful with Stinging Invocation. Or I could just take the Dryad's Boon and hope to put it on something. I don't really have that many good things, Dryad's Boon. So I guess I'll just take Halazith. I could take the Death Seeker, but I have no Death Pact or anything to work with it other than the Harbinger. But the thing about the Death Seeker is that it's so small. It's like the opposite of a Grove Matriarch. It's only good on the back half, and sometimes, most of the time, you need it to be good on the front half. And then I'll take Glimmer for Witch. Okay, didn't get too many debuff effects. I've only got the Group Meal, I believe. But the deck has a weird curve. I have a bunch of useless cards, which is going to hurt me. It's going to feel like a bunch of my draws don't do anything. But I do have a really good early game with double Etherwolves, a Harbinger of Spring, 1 Rot Fiend, and an Evan Skull Knight. So I need to be drawing these very few good cards I have. Like Spring Dryad, Sting Invocation, Evan Skull Knight, Grove Matriarchs, Plunder Imp, Harbinger, Rot Fiend, Saruman, and Wolves. Those are the cards I need to be drawing all the time. If I draw the Umbragelan Mantis, Spiritual Dryad, Phytobomb, Sigmund Fraud portion of my deck, it's not going to go nearly as well. So that'll be a little exciting. And I'll see y'all for round 1.